What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, let's talk about one way of annotation or annotating your project. Okay, so we will be using Keynote. Okay, so let's talk about Keynote. So a Keynote parameter is available for all model elements, including the detail components and materials. So you can use your Keynotes to tag each of your elements that is derived from a separate text file that contains a list of keynotes. So I'm going to show you what is this separate text file that we are talking about. So we use the keynotes to tag elements or materials with standard CSI keynotes or custom keynotes. So what is this CSI that I'm talking about? So CSI is a construction specification institute. Okay, so that's the abbreviation, CSI. So that means Construction Specification Institute. So it's something about standard. So we use keynotes to tag elements or materials with standard CSI keynotes or custom keynotes. So let's open up a sample project for us to be able to explore what I'm talking about. So this is a very powerful tool that we can use to annotate our project for us to give a project our elements there a more rich information that you can use to create your schedule, to put some annotation to your project. Okay, so where's this keynote? So let me just go to the level 1 here. Okay, so here on level 1, so let's say I do not want to use these tags here. So I want to annotate my windows using the Keynote. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to right click this, select all instances visible in view, okay, and then let's delete this one. Okay, so where's the Keynote? So since it has something to do with annotation, so you can go to annotate and then you can go to the Keynote here. So this is what I'm talking about. So as you can see, we have element keynote, material keynote, user keynote. Okay, and then we also have here the keynoting settings. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And then as you can see, it says here, the keynote is not at the library location. But actually, if I'm going to select close here, it's actually there on the drive D. Okay, so by default, if you are not going to modify the installation of Revit, your keynote will be located on your C drive. So it just so happened in my case, I configure the installation and then put it on the D drive. So this is where I have saved it. So by default, I have the Revit keynotes metric dot text, okay, or TXT, right? So the keynote value is derived from a separate text file. Okay, so this is what I am talking about. So it's on the text file. So if I'm going to view this, as you can see, there's a view here, or you can also select browse if you want to configure and then change the default keynote here. Let's say your company has its own keynote. Okay, you can select browse and then you can load it here. Okay, but in my case, I'm just going to select view here. So let's select view for you to be able to see how the keynote, Revit keynotes underscore metric looks like. Okay, so this default keynoting data provided here in Revit, this is actually based, according to Autodesk, it is based on the 1995 Construction Specification Institute, which is the CSI master format system, which consists how many? So it consists 16 divisions to organize construction process and materials. So according to Autodesk, this system is widely used in the United States. Okay, now if you want to check out this text file, so what you can do is, let me just close this first. I'm going to go ahead and select browse, and there's my keynote. So it's just a text file. So as you can see here, it's just a text document, txt. So I'm going to right click this and then I'm going to go ahead and select open here. So this is how it looks like. Okay, right? So you can modify this if you want. Okay, and then you can save as it, and then you can reload it in your project. Okay, right. So let me just quickly close that one. Let me close this. All right. So let us view again the keynote and then let's explore. So for our 01 series, that's the general requirements. And then for the 02 series, that's the site work. And then we have the concrete, masonry, metals, blah, 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 until the 16 here, until the division 16. Okay, so the 16 divisions to organize the construction process and materials. Right? Okay, now let me just select here. Okay, so let me select this window here, and then let's select the properties, and then let's go to the type properties. Just click that one, and then move the slider down. As you can see, there's the keynote here. So this is what I'm talking about. So earlier we are using here the type mark to tag our window, and I have deleted that one earlier. Now let's say I'm gonna use the keynote, but at the moment, for the single window, there's no keynote assigned to it. So I'm going to go ahead and select this and then click that ellipsis button. And then I will now be going to the keynote here. Okay, and then from here, you select the correct keynote that you want. So let's say it's on the division 8. So let me expand that. So I'm talking about window. So you can expand that again. So you can expand, let's say if this is a wood window, so you can expand that one to make it more specific. So it's up to you. You can just select from here. Or if you are not sure, so for the meantime, you can just select the wood windows or steel windows or aluminum windows or window, okay, if you want. Okay, but for my case, I'll just select wood windows and then I select your OK. And then there you go. It's now assigned. Now, for you to tag your elements, for example, your window using the keynote. So again, you need to go to the keynote drop down here, and then there's the element keynote. Okay, so there's the element keynote. So I'm going to select here the element keynote, click that one. All right, and then we're just going to load the keynote tag families because there's no loaded in our project. Just select yes. And then let's go to the keynote here. Okay, select the keynote. Make sure you are inside the annotations folder. And then look for the keynote tag. And then just select open. And there you are now ready. So just like normal tagging, just hover your pointer. There you go. Right? So you are now able to tag your window. Okay, and then actually this one here, I think this is the wall. There is already a keynote applied to this wall here. That's the reason why there is already a tag appearing. So I'm gonna pick and then I select here OK or select modify. So again, if I click this one and then check the type properties, as you can see, there's already the keynote. So it says here F10. So let's check this one out if this is correct. So let's click the ellipsis button. So F10. Okay, so we don't know anything about this one. So it's just saying F10. So let's look for a more specific. Alright, so this one is a wall. Okay, so it will take some time for me to figure out where is this. Is it concrete? Or let's check this one out. This is our material. Okay, so you just need to look for this one. Or if you have other keynote, so instead of using this one, the default, okay, but of course you can still explore this one to assign the correct keynote for your wall here. Okay, for timber clad. Okay, so that's the material. So you just need to look for this one. Just explore this, or let me just cancel this. So I'm going to show you how to configure your annotation, your keynote here. So if you want to change that, so I'm going to go ahead and select keynoting settings. Okay, and then I'm going to select browse here. Let's use the uniformat classifications and then open up. Okay, so it's just saying no parent keynote for one for A. So just it's okay. Just select OK and then select OK here. Now, so let's select this one again. So let's check out if we can find here a more specific, easier to find for a wall. Timber cladding. Okay, so it's so many. Okay, so if you have time, just explore this one. All right. So you just need to select the correct keynoting, or another way aside from using this technique or using this procedure. So there is this technique that I'm gonna show you by going to your keynoting settings, and then click the browse, just right click that one and then open that, and then from here maybe you can just expand that, and then you can just um, find here. So like for example, we are looking for a wall, so you can control F, and then you can type here wall, and then enter. Wait, okay, under is, why is it not showing much case or walls? All right, so it's now starting to search. So there's the basement walls. Then you can just start enter again until you select the walls that you want or the type of keynote that you want to apply on that particular selected elements. Okay, so basically that's how you do it. So after you search from here on the text file, the next thing that you need to do, just go back again to your Revit, okay, and then you just go to your keynote, just select the element, and then go to edit type, okay. Just make sure you take down notes, so what is the code for that particular wall, okay, and then you just look for this one, okay. Just, it's a bit difficult for you if you're going to search from here, okay. But there are other companies that already have their keynotes already sorted out with correct notations so that you'll be able to find it easily. So what I'm just showing you is just how to configure your keynote, how to apply it, okay? So if you want another way of annotating your project. So basically that's how it works. So that's your keynote. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.